Good morning, y'all. Let's go plant shopping at my favorite nursery in the world. Look who I'm here with. This is Zach from Head Family Farm. I've been talking to y'all about them. And this is Allison Adair. I'm saying it right?
You are saying
okay,
it right.
I want to make sure. And she is one of my fans and now friends. That she's the one that sent me the beautiful Afghans she made for me. And we've just become good buddies. And she met me out here at Petals today, and a little bit of a sad story. As she's pulling into Petals, she had a wreck.
It's okay.
Messed her truck up. But the day's gonna get better.
That's right.
The
We're
day's
gonna have
gonna
a
get
good time.
better. She's okay. She's not hurt. Nobody's hurt. The truck's hurt.
It'll be okay.
The brand new truck's hurt,
It's okay.
but nobody's hurt, and she's okay, and we're gonna have an awesome day.
We are. I'm excited.
And we're waiting on Jason to get here too from Cog Hill. So it's gonna be a fun day today.
It is. I'm excited.
We're gonna have fun. We're gonna forget all
Forget
that.
the truck. Forget the wreck.
Yep, and we're gonna have a good time. I wish Jacqueline was here with us and little Eleanor. She is so cute.
Oh, thank you.
She is so cute. All right, we're gonna catch y'all in a little while. We're gonna go in here and learn some stuff.
Let's go.
Let's go.
That ain't zoo a couple weeks ago.
The gang's all here,
We are
right?
here. Right.
You ready to go shopping?
I am ready to go shopping.
What are we shopping for today?
I got to pick up a fruit tree. I want to get some blackberry plants.
I gotta get one too. One of mine died.
The blackberries?
Yeah, well, actually, my son dug it up.
Oh gosh.
He was hoeing my thing for me,
Hit
and
it?
he dug it up. Yeah, he didn't mean to.
And I don't know what else I need to get some clippers too. Yeah.
Oh,
Some
yeah?
good pair of clippers, not the cheap pair.
Velcros?
Yeah, I
Yep.
want a good pair of clippers.
They're worth it.
A good pair of clippers.
I got to plant some containers today, so I got a few things to look for too.
What are you looking? What are you gonna get?
I don't know. Well, I kind of got in my head what I want, but I'm gonna shop and see what he's got.
He's got plenty.
He's got plenty.
often you gotta have something that's gonna produce.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
Yep.
I mean,
You're gonna love that one.
Yeah.
Those are
And
gonna be
I got an hour
great.
and a half drive to be thinking up, like, all right, this is what I'm telling her is the reason I did this.
Have you got to justify it, Zach?
Probably not, but it doesn't hurt, right?
Jason and Tracy peer pressure.
That's what
That's
it is.
right, that's right.
I'm blaming y'all.
Yeah, you can actually.
So Zach is picking up pears, and Jason is picking up blackberries so far, right? And one pear.
Yep.
All right.
I still got to grab a camellia too.
Yep. And you got a rose.
But
And you got
yeah,
a rose,
yeah,
the Piggy Martin.
yep. If
That
I
is
don't come home with
justified.
a camellia, I'll be in big trouble.
Okay.
Well, the Piggy Martin is gonna easily get you out of hot water with the potatoes.
Oh, I hope so.
Just let her Google it.
Yeah.
I got a couple of these for a spot. I'll show you when we get back home. This is called Bear's Breeches, or Acanthus mollis, and it is so pretty. Just makes such a dramatic statement. So I think I've got a pretty good spot where I can put this. This is what I've ended up with for all of my containers. And a few roses. And a few herbs. And another olive tree because one of them died. But we'll take a look at all this when I get home and we plant it together. Good morning, beautiful friends. I am getting ready to plant my containers with all of the beautiful plants that we just picked up from Petals from the Past the other day. Okay, this is what all I've got for the containers, and I've got a few more things up on the porch. But let's start with my new window boxes on the porch. So I think that's going to be all of these. These are the window boxes that Jean made me a few weeks ago. I love them. I think they're awesome. I was gonna stain them, but I think for this year, right now, I'm just gonna leave them. Right now, I kind of like this raw wood, and I'm just gonna see how I end up liking it. I probably will this fall come back and stain them before I fall and winter plant them, but I'm anxious, and right now, I just wanna get them planted. So I picked up some cocoa fiber liners, and they were too tall. They were the right length, but they were too tall, so Jean had to cut these for me. This cocoa fiber is hard to cut. Gonna put them in my boxes, and these are awesome. This just helps hold your soil in the container. All right, now let's fill them up with soil. I've already like pre-moistened this soil earlier, so it's already pretty damp. Okay, I've got my soil in there. And the first thing I'm going to plant in my window boxes is my thriller. So for these boxes, my thriller is going to be an asparagus fern. The main thing to think about is your thriller is your main star of the show. It's the bigger plant, the taller plant, and just like everything else is centered around your thriller. I decided for this grouping, I wanted my thriller to be in the center of each window box. Now I've got this cute little dusty miller, and I like the little, this one kind of missed a watering, so it's a little sad, but I like this little compact dusty miller. It's got this cool little rounded leaf. This one is called Cirrus, I think is how you say it. It's, maybe you can see this, C-I-R-R-U-S, dusty miller. And it's supposed to stay more smaller and compact shape, which is really what I want. So this is gonna be like my accent to my, I need a little more soil in there. I didn't get enough. This is like my accent to my thriller, and it's contrast. I like to always make sure I've got enough contrast in my planters too. I want all different colors of foliage and different textures and different leaf shapes. I think that makes the container a lot more interesting. Okay. And really, these window boxes that I'm doing, there's not really a whole lot of flower color that's gonna be in them. It's mostly just going to be different greens and grays and different textures. And that, I really love that. Like, I really love soft, cool colors, different colors of greens and silvers mostly, and different textures of the foliage and different shapes of the leaves. Now I am going to pop in just a little bit of color here with these sun patience. It's just a little pale pink, but see how these leaves look? They're like a darker green, a really dark green, and they have a totally different leaf shape too. But I just wanted to add a little soft touch of a color in here, and I love this little soft pink. So this one is a sun patient, and it is called, I forgot the name of it, Orchid. It's a sun patient, and the color of it is orchid. And the way I'm gonna do this, I'm just gonna pop it in right here. See, this Dusty Miller is gonna get a little bit taller and fuller. And this sun patient is gonna go right here. And the way I'm planting it, I don't know if you can tell or not, but like I'm taking it and putting it at a little bit of an angle in my pot. So this will actually kind of hang over the edge of my pot a little bit. Get a little bit more soil back here. Get my Dusty up a little bit. So all of my sun patients are the exact same color. Now you could have mixed up colors here if you wanted to, but I want to go with all the same color. So far, I've got my Thriller, which is an asparagus fern. I've got Fillers, which is my compact Dusty Miller, and my sun patients, and those are fillers. They're just gonna kind of fill up the pot. That's what I have in here so far. Now I'm going to add my spillers, and this is called Dichondra. It's also called Silver Falls, but Dichondra is the botanical name. And the way I'm gonna do this, I've got a trio here. I've got 3 window boxes, and this is my center window box. So I'm gonna take the Dichondra and I'm gonna put it right here on each edge, and this is gonna spill out, and this is really pretty. There's a reason it's called Silver Falls, because it just looks like a waterfall. And it's gonna spill out right here. I'm gonna put another one on this side, and it's gonna spill out right here. Now, I'm also going to take, let's see, and on the center of this bed and this bed, I'm going to put another one and let it spill out and let it spill out. So this whole thing is just going to be spilling and look like this beautiful silver waterfall here and here. But now on the very edges, the ends of my window boxes over there and over here, I'm going to do something different. And I'm going to use this ivy and let it just flow off of the ends of the boxes. Now I've got to come back in here and just kind of backfill around these plants. Make sure they got plenty of soil. I have finished planting the window boxes, and I came back and backfilled and put all my soil in here really good. Packed it in pretty good, and I've watered them all in good. Now I'm gonna come back with either like some moss or some pine bark mulch and just kind of put it all around on the soil levels here, because that helps to keep, when you're watering, to keep that soil from splashing back up and getting on the foliage or even getting on my windows. And I always try to do that whenever I plant my containers, if I have it, is put pine bark mulch or moss. You could do pea gravel, anything like that that's just going to give it a covering and keep that soil from splashing back up on the foliage. Okay, that is the window boxes. This is the center one, and that is asparagus fern and sun patience orchid, dead nettle, purple dragon, and Dusty Miller Cirrus, I think is how you say it, Cirrus. And this is Dichondra Silver Falls. And this is exactly the same thing, except the spiller on the end is ivy. And this one is exactly the same thing. And the spiller is ivy. And the only thing I did different is this center box has the dead nettle right in the middle, and these two boxes don't. Okay, let's do the containers at the bottom of the stairs here. And I've got boxwoods in there. This is wintergreen boxwood, and I did have these white pansies in there. The pansies are pretty much done, but I'm leaving them for now because I'm waiting on some flats of vinca. I want to plant vinca in this beds here, right there and right there, but I'm just going to leave these pansies until the Petals gets the vinca in, and I'll go get it and replace that. So in this pot, I've got some dichondra that made it through the winter, and I've got this vinca here. This is vinca major, I think, or minor. Maybe it's vinca minor. Has little purple blooms on it. It is a good trailing plant, or even a great ground cover for the shade. It's a beautiful plant, variegated leaf, little tiny purple flowers on it, and I'm just using it as a trailer in this pot. But over here in this container, nothing survived except the boxwood. So I picked up another dichondra Silver Falls to go over here, and I chose this Calibrachoa. It's also called Million Bells, and this one is the hot pink. That's all I'm going to put in these containers. I've got my boxwood as my thriller, the dichondra is my spiller, and the hot pink Calibrachoa or Million Bells is my filler, and it'll spill a little bit. And that's all I'm going to put in these containers. Clip my boxwood just a little bit, take out this dead stuff, clean it up just a little bit. Now usually I'd probably add another one of these, but these things got so expensive this year. Like really expensive. So I decided 2 would be sufficient. It'll spread out just fine. I spent a little bit of money on that, on my window boxes. So I had to slow down a little bit on my other pots. But that's the good thing about these calibrachoas or million bells, is they spread and spill a little bit, and they bloom all summer. They just keep on blooming, and they're so pretty. Like, you don't have to do any deadheading or anything like you do with pansies or petunias to keep them blooming. You don't really have to deadhead these too much. They just keep on blooming. They do their own thing. Now I do fertilize throughout the summer because annuals are heavy feeders. All annuals are heavy feeders because they're doing their thing. They're living their best life all in one season and putting on a show for the whole season, or producing fruit or producing vegetables or whatever the case may be for one season. And they're super heavy feeders during that one season that they're living their best life. So that's usually the case for pretty much all annuals. I don't like to fertilize like right when I plant them. I like to get everything planted and then come back in about 7 to 14 days and then start fertilizing. And I'll fertilize every week. I'll feed them every week. Okay. That'll fill out nicely. This will spill over and it'll be pretty. And it'll probably even go to the ground and take root and kind of fill up my bed a little bit, which is what I love. I love that. I love it when I see like containers that are planted and whatever's in the pot is spilling out and it starts just spreading all over the ground and in the bed. It just looks so organic and natural, like, you know, it just happened. And I love it. So I'm really hoping that's what it does. These are the containers this one was Jean's grandmother's, and there's one just like it on the other side, and that was Jean's Uncle Horace, which was his grandmother's brother. So these are pretty special. And I have them at the entrance into the potager garden, and right now they're sitting on the ground right beside my gates going into the garden. And I'm on the hunt for some pedestals. I want to find some really pretty pedestals to sit these up on, probably like about this high, and that way the planters will be taller. And I'm on the hunt for those. That's part of the fun to me, is the hunt and the treasure hunt for whatever I'm looking for. So whenever I find them, I'll just put them up on this pedestal and lift them up. But until then, I'm leaving them on the ground, and they really don't look bad. They don't look bad right here. They really look cute, but I just think they'll be better if they're up a little bit higher. So I'm gonna plant these, and I'm just gonna keep these pretty simple. First of all, my little hole here keeps getting clogged up. So you want to make sure you've got good drainage. If your holes are clogged up and there's not good drainage, then the roots of your plants will rot. So you want to make sure you've got pretty good drainage there. You can put like some gravel in the bottom of your container or some shard, which is just broken pottery. You can put that in the bottom of your container and that'll help with drainage too if you've got any kind of issues. Or if you don't even have a hole at all, you could always do that and that helps with the drainage. So like I said, I'm keeping these very simple. I've got these beautiful geraniums and this one is called Rose Flare. And I just thought that was really pretty. So I'm gonna go with it and I'm just gonna put it right in the center of the pot. Okay, here we are at the storage building, and my thriller in this is a Blue Point juniper. And I've probably got about another year that this can stay in the container. It's been here for 2 years, I think. I think I've had it here for 2 years. And I think it's probably got about 1 more year and then I'm gonna have to transplant it. But I have no problems with that, because it is a beautiful evergreen. It gets probably like 12 to 15 feet tall, and maybe like 10 to 12 feet wide, somewhere in there. Beautiful evergreen. It's got that Christmas tree shape. It's a beautiful plant. Makes a great wall, a great screen. It's really pretty. So, and next year I'll be transplanting this somewhere on the farm and I'll do something different in this pot. But for right now, the Blue Point juniper is my thriller. I've got some ivy in here, that's my spiller, and I'm just gonna leave that and let that continue to grow. And I'm gonna use this cascading vinca as my filler and my spiller. It'll do both. And I just think it's so pretty, and I love like the glossy kind of leaf it has, and it blooms all summer. It just is really showy and just continues to bloom. I'm going with the apricot and the cherry, and I'm mixing the two together. This is my little rabbit that my friend Terry gave me, and I'm gonna put this Artemisia silver mound Artemisia in it and let it just kind of mound up over my little rabbit here. I think this will be really cute. We got the planters done just in time. It's starting to sprinkle. I don't know if we're gonna get a heavy rain or if it's just gonna sprinkle a little bit, but maybe it'll rain just enough to water all of my containers in really good and then go away so that I can finish planting today. That is my goal, is to get the potager garden planted today and get all my containers done. So we got the containers done, and I think they look good. They're gonna be really pretty when they fill out. I think they'll be really nice. Thank you guys for going shopping with me at Petals, for planting my containers with me and hanging out with me. God bless you. Happy gardening, and I'll see y'all in the next video.